Okay, so we've just looked at how to read tab as well as scale diagrams, and as you might have noticed, there's a lot of focus on the left hand there. So let's look at some things with the right hand. That's where we're going to be holding our pick, and the best way to hold a pick is to take your finger and kind of bend it 90 degrees like this, almost like a hook. Then you take the plectrum, the pick, whatever you want to call it, and you put it on top of your finger like that, and your thumb is just going to grip the pick like that. So there you got a good view of that. And the main thing to remember here, it's got to be comfortable, and you don't want to grip it too hard because you want some. You want to be flexible with it, and there's different techniques where you might have a different approach to holding the pick. But for now, that's the right way to hold it. And let's look at some of the other signs involved here. A downstroke is denoted by the sign you see on the screen right now. So that means the pick will be playing a downstroke like that. Okay, so it helps you think of it like you got two lines facing downwards. So that's a downstroke, okay? Now an upstroke is exactly the opposite. It looks like a little V. And for that, my pick is going to be playing upstrokes like that. Alright, so I would suggest take one of these one at a time and then play that A minor pentatonic scale I've shown you before. Let me show you how to do that with downstrokes only. And then descending. Okay, now if I use upstrokes only to play that same scale. Okay, now that's just to get used to the actual picking motion. It's not really a very efficient way of picking using only upstrokes. Therefore, we're actually going to use a combination of downstrokes and upstrokes. And kind of the places where these strokes would fall within a bar is also dependent on which beats we play them. So let's have a look at the following example, and I'll show you how to coordinate your picking strokes so that it flows with the rhythm that you're actually playing in. What you see before you is 4 downstrokes on the open E string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's quite simple. Now the second example, you can see that we've got 8th notes over there, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, the downbeats are still going to be played with the right hand as downstrokes. But you can see every time my hand has to come back up before I can do another downstroke. Now I'm using more of a strumming motion here just to illustrate this. When we're picking, it's obviously more of a wrist thing. So now instead of just playing 4 downstrokes, after every downstroke, I'm going to play an upstroke as well. And that'll sound like this. 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so just to get the hang of that, let's play the following example where we're going to be playing 2 bars of the quarter notes, which is the 4 downstrokes, followed by 2 bars of the 8th notes, which is the down and up strokes, consecutive down up strokes, and then we'll repeat that again. Alright, so follow along with me. Here we go. 3, 4. Okay, so that's alternate picking, and obviously the term comes from the fact that we're alternating our down and upstrokes against each other. So after every downstroke, I have an upstroke. So one thing that you might have noticed now, that where we use the upstrokes, they fell on what's known as the offbeat, which is being counted as an and every time. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Every time I count and, that's where my upstroke would fall. And upstrokes tend to be a little weaker than downstrokes because there's more power in downstrokes, obviously. But just exactly for that fact, it really flows well with the music as you're playing, because generally speaking, most of the time, you'd be kind of accenting downstrokes and the downbeat. So just make sure to not get those mixed up. Don't play upstrokes on the downbeat and downstrokes on the upbeat. So it's actually easy to remember. Downstrokes on the downbeat, upstrokes on the upbeat. And generally speaking, that's what you should aim for. Obviously, as with anything in life, there's always the exception to the rule, but that should get you going with your alternate picking. So give that a bash, and then I'll see you in the next lesson.